Say hi. Izzy, say hi. Hi, my name is Linda Cirulli-Burton, and welcome to the channel I've named Above the Battleground. Above the Battleground is based on the teachings of a spiritual self-study path named A Course in Miracles. Now, I've been a student of A Course in Miracles since 1992, and I've wanted to share for the last couple of years, but I've been suffering from analysis paralysis. And I know that you understand what I mean. I mean, all kinds of fears were traumatizing me. I really went into my own shadow, dark side, if you will. And it was like, will I present the material correctly? Am I worthy to present the material correctly or incorrectly? Would I offend people? Because the bottom line is that A Course in Miracles is absolutely, powerfully non-dualistic. Something is real or it is not real. Only the real is real. And this sort of non-dualistic, powerful perspective can really scare people away. So I had to know that I would be willing to do this, even if some people didn't like it, felt that they were turned off by it, and more fundamentally, having given into the, oh, I want everybody to like me. Would you then not like me if you didn't like what I was sharing? And so the thing is I had a lot of stuff that I had to work through. And finally and ultimately, I believe that I have reached this point where I can share with you. Now, the thing about A Course in Miracles is that you can really come to some powerful intellectual understanding of what the Course means, right? This non-dualistic perspective of only one reality. You can understand it intellectually, but I'm going to say honestly that the way that it plays out in your life, your 3D life, is through practice, devoted, continual, daily practice. And this I've been doing since 1992, when it truly became my path home. Now, there are a few people that I want to thank, but before I do that, let me just say 2023, this is when I'm beginning this, at the beginning of 2023. And I think almost everybody in this world would agree that this is a really weird, bizarre time. But what if it was possible, despite everything that's going on externally, everything that we can observe or hear or touch or feel, everything. What if, in spite of all of it, we can stand strong and firm and full of peace? Now, I do not pretend to have reached that point, but I want you to know that every day I work towards this. Every day, this is what it means for me. And so if something took me a year to get over, I've got it down to 6 months. If it would knock me off for 3 months, I've got it done in a month and a half. A day to a half day to an hour. And then sometimes there's those dreamy times when I am actually going through and feeling the despair, the nausea, the anger, the upset, right while it's happening, I can choose another way. And so this is how I see my progress. I am not enlightened, but that is my intention. And with A Course in Miracles, maybe with sharing A Course in Miracles with you, examples in my own life where I've failed, where I've succeeded, might be of benefit to you. Now, the thing of it is, ultimately, if no one is interested in hearing what I have to say or what I have to share about A Course in Miracles, the bottom line is you teach what you want to learn, And so I will learn it even more deeply. And ultimately, that in the end is my final goal. Okay? It's what it's all about for me. So when I do these broadcasts, I'm going to reference notes because I'm new at this and I'm going to make a lot of mistakes. So my heartfelt thanks to a few people. I can't continue without acknowledging Marianne Williamson's A Return to Love. This is where she, in 1992, presented to me A Course in Miracles. I became like so crazy about it through her book that I ended up joining circles of A Course in Miracles. Okay, I found a local church that had a giant circle, and I went to that circle, and I went every Monday night for 2 hours. I can honestly tell you, I was the most devoted student. And then the ebb and flow of being a human being, I needed assistance again. And in 2002, Gary Renard wrote a bestseller called The Disappearance of the Universe. And that book was just what I needed to kickstart me into a brand new sense of enthusiasm and dedication. So to Gary Renard, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And finally, and not lastly by any stretch, the man that will be considered, when all is said and done, the very greatest teacher of A Course in Miracles, and that is Ken Wapnick. Now, Ken passed from this body. He laid down his body back in 2013. But the Foundation for A Course in Miracles, FACIM, is dedicated to preserving his teachings. And his teachings are far and above everything that you could possibly want to steer you correctly on this very radical, this very exciting, this very demanding, but with profound payback path that you could ever find in your life. And Ken Wapnick, through his teachings, and they're found in various forms that can be effective for you, that means the world. The other thing, the other organization that I deeply want to express my gratitude is the Foundation for Inner Peace. The Foundation for Inner Peace are the publishers of A Course in Miracles. The edition, and of course they've gone and translated it into multiple languages around the world, and God bless them. So the third edition of A Course in Miracles is what I use, and it really answers all the needs that I would have and dovetails right beautifully into Ken Wapnick, who then dovetails so perfectly into Gary Renard and his wife Cindy Laura. And so I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. So my disclaimer then, I'm not an ascended master. I am not enlightened, but it is my goal. It is my goal. And I look forward to sharing with you. Now, I'm referring to this as Above the Battleground Introduction Part 1. I'll have a second introduction, a second part to the introduction, which will explain what I mean by Above the Battleground. So thank you for joining me on my inaugural broadcast, and I hope to be a part of your life. Thank you very much.